through spectacles. I'm going to honor these moments in competitive gaming history by going over what ties them together. Hello and welcome, everyone, to the Historybit. This is Axel, your BitHistorian, in the pilot episode of this series. I'm here to discuss a great amount of time, the science, the meaning, and the history of gaming, with all the facts and secrets behind its mechanics, in order to cover up the more lesser-known corners of the gaming industry as a whole, and to also explain how sometimes a mistake can go a long way, or a mistake can sometimes create something entirely different, like today's episode. Today's episode will be about the combination of strikes, the consecutive hits, combination of strikes, or shortly known as combos. It is the moment known as the rapid succession and connection of certain strikes within games, known today as the staple of the fighting game genre. Back in the day, not much of it was explored. It was only a growing concept, leading up to today's abundance in the mechanics. For the longest time, it was implemented in shooting games. No, not the AAA online shooting games you all know and love today, the side-scrolling shooters. It was also included in the successive and excessive amounts of stacking or column line breaking, like Tetris combo in the Tetris series. All these now obscure uses of the mechanic have evolved throughout the history, just like it did in the fighting game genre, where it was more well known, creating subgenres like the side-scroll shooters themselves evolving into something called the bullet hells. Now, the discovery of the mechanic was allegedly and entirely by accident, and it was considered a glitch between the developers of the Street Fighter series at the time, which in turn was the one that sparked the boom to spark the innovation of fighting game as a whole, because similarly, the mechanic was found in a more earlier game going by the name of the Shanghai Kid, also known in Japan as Hokuya Soryorin Hiryunoken. Excuse me if I already butchered a Japanese name in the first episode. Oh my god, Capcom copied that King Kick Fights. What is this? What is this? Anyways, while many other games before Street Fighter were quite an inspiration for the team at Capcom themselves to draw from, the combo mechanic was treated more of a bonus after filling up the upper screen meter, since the core gameplay was about striking the rings. While many other games before Street Fighter came, the innovation of the Shanghai Kid, quote unquote, and based on the movie, but honestly it wasn't. It was one of those NES games exported and changed the names when they got localized. The game's innovation is that it treated it like a bonus after filling up the meter in the upper screen, since the core gameplay was about striking the rings, appearing all over the opponent. Once the meter was charged, it would show a text box that spelled the word rush, letting the player dish out random attacks on their opponent anywhere on the body, contradicting to the core concept of the game, to the actual gameplay, unlike the back and forth blocking and attacking. And now comes the more philosophical and constructive approach to this mechanic, as well as my own 2 cents into this. The combo mechanic honestly is quite a rewarding experience once you master it. It's like all the practice, all the hours in training mode you've invested. You can see that all pay off and play off when you lash out quite possibly somewhat the most damage dealt with a character you can do, but it's always reflected and measured by how much execution precision you've practiced. But at times, it's almost like the opponent was stopped by time. Yes, got JoJo jokes. And also rightfully so. Or sometimes, knowing the victory is there, it would lead into a more stylish execution, just like the hack and slash genre. Not just for damage, but sometimes it would be quite a hypeful moment for when someone pulls out a combination from the character's moveset never seen before. Or when you're playing a side-scroll or bullet hell shooter, feeling like you're in the mystical gaming zone that a lot of people talk about, when you just started shooting every enemy on the level without missing and combining all the shots delivered.
Think you got what it takes to beat the champ? Come on! Yeah! Supreme victory!
Yeah, I reacted the same way the first time I saw that. Anyways, that's all for today, folks. Do all the thing everyone in this platform expects you to do, like at least leave a like or a comment. And if you enjoyed, tune in next week for the next discussion and the next history lesson.